Hi, I'm Rashmi Pandari and I've been in the line of education and placement for almost 2 decades now, and I'd like to share my experience on campus placements. I get a lot of queries from parents and students asking how should they be preparing for engineering campus hiring. Now the engineering course is spread across four years and the placement happens in the final year. But actually in case you want to get a good job, then you have to start preparing right from the first year. Now what should you be doing in the first year? The first 2 semesters, which comprises of the first year, is essentially an extension of your 12th. So what you have to do is to concentrate is on your marks. You need to have a nice aggregate. Maybe you should be trying at least for a 10 CGPA. If it doesn't work for 10, then at least a 9. So aim for a 10 CGPA because the first semester is the easiest of all. So I request all the students to concentrate on academics so that you get a very good aggregate. Next, you move into the second semester, the second year, and the second and third year is where your fundamentals are being taught. So the second year is essentially the fundamentals, and this is very crucial because every company starts from the fundamentals. The question that is often asked by every recruiter is, tell me about your favorite subject, and when you say this is my favorite subject, they will start probing right from the fundamentals, which is taught to you in the second year. So second and third year is relatively tough for students. It's not that it is really tough, but because many a times engineering students do not pay much attention in the first year and they still score good marks, they extend the same into the second year, and that's when the marks dip, and many a times the students get a backlog. So I recommend all students to really concentrate in the second and third year and concentrate on 2 things. One is the fundamentals, and the second thing again is to keep the aggregate. Now if you aim at a 10 aggregate, you get it somewhere around 9, and at least when you come to the final year, it should be at a decent 8. Now if you have an 8 CGPA, most of the time you will be eligible for most of the campus hiring unless the company is very particular and it says that it requires a 9 CGPA. But I think at least an 8 CGPA is decent enough, but if you can still maintain at 9, it's really great. Now when you come to the final year, that is in the 7th semester, your campus recruitment starts. So your marks up to the 6th semester is counted. So in case you have an active backlog, many a times you're not allowed at all for the placements. So we see a lot of very good students failing to attend any drive just because they have an active backlog. So in case you have a backlog in any of the semesters, I recommend that you clear it immediately, because one thing good is, in spite of having a backlog, the second attempt mark is counted. So even if you have less marks in your subject, your second attempt mark is counted and once you clear your backlog. So your aggregate up to 1 to 6 semester is counted, and of course your 10th and 12th marks. Now let me get into the process. Now once what happens is the campus season starts, you will first have your cut-off marks. So the company would say either an 8 CGPA or a 9 CGPA, and then you will be eligible to write the company placements. And so you will be attending the placements, and the first round for every company is the aptitude, which is logical reasoning, maths, English, the fundamentals of what you have learned in your maths in 8th, 9th, 10th. And so it's fairly easy unless you don't practice at all. So students have to start practicing aptitude again from the first year itself, and once you get the hang of it, it's very easy. Aptitude actually is pretty simple, but the only thing is it's a little complicated because there's a time factor. For example, you may have 60 questions which you'll have to clear in 50 minutes, or it would be 30 questions in 20 minutes. So depending on the difficulty level, the question papers of the question paper, the time is set. So you have the aptitude and the technical aptitude in case of some companies, and if it's a mass recruiter, you could also have a coding paper. So this is irrespective of whether you're a mechanical, civil, ECCS, IS, EEE background, you could still have a coding background, coding paper, because you have studied that in the first year. Having cleared your aptitude, you will then attend the GD. Group discussion is nothing but an elimination round which checks essentially your communication and your leadership skills. And once you clear the group discussion round, you head for the technical interview. In the technical interview, you're going to be asked about your favorite subject, your project, which you should be doing in the 3rd and 4th year, and one decent project, or at least 2 simple mini projects. But if it is a simple project, then it should be at least you should have 2, and you should have applied what you have studied. Now please keep this in mind, students, that the company is not asking for any theory, it is asking for the application of what you have studied. And many a time students fail to answer that because they have only memorized it. So a project will actually help you apply what you have learned, And I think this is what you should be doing in the second and third year of your engineering. So first year of engineering, if you have if you are concentrating on the marks, the second and third year is more of the fundamentals and also doing your project, and if possible, a couple of internships. And doing internships, I think it is much more easier for a mechanical and civil student to get internship opportunity. But then if you are a CSI, CC student or EEE student, I don't think you should lose heart, because companies know that you cannot do an internship, because most of the time, depending on the university to which you are affiliated, you may have 20 days to 1 month only. And if that is the case, it's very difficult for you to do an internship. So make it up with a decent project. So if you have a very good project with you, maybe which you have started in the second year, extended into third year, and you're still working on it, I think it should be fairly good enough. And then comes your last round, which is the HR round, where they would basically ask whether you are ready to relocate, whether you are ready to work in night shifts. I think the answer should be yes, because engineering as a field, there are a lot of opportunities, but also there are a lot of aspirants. So I think you should be ready to relocate, you should be able to work in shifts, because most of the time the industry is working with customers and clients who are based across the globe, and so they have different timings. One of the last questions that is asked is, are you interested in higher studies? And the answer for this is definitely that you're not interested, because the company does not want to recruit a candidate and to lose them. But if you're really interested in higher studies, then you should not be getting into the process itself. But so you should be very clear as to what you want. And if you want to join an organization, please say that you're not interested in going for higher studies. Having said this, some of the organizations definitely have plans for higher studies. They do sponsor candidates. So if that is the case, then it's fine. Otherwise, no. And this is more or less most of the things that happen during the campus recruitment. And one more tip to keep in mind is never to lie, because the recruiters are all very experienced and they can see through anyone who's being fake or not genuine. So be very open and transparent. And here's wishing you all the very best. And if you're a fresher and you're still looking for a job, you could have a look at my website www.rashmibhandari.com. And here's wishing you the very best.